you. Ladies and gentlemen, you just got pranked. Admit it. Just acknowledge it. Give me the satisfaction. Because you know it happened. Look at your face. Look at the confusion, the confuzzlement, the slight freaking, irritation, dude. I got you. You were looking at the freaking scrub bar going, I wonder if he ever shows up. I wonder if I got completely duped. Did he get me? Yes, I did. And I showed up. Obviously I always show up because my name is Tristan Sartoris and this podcast is Full Circus. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to it. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. And yes, dude, it is April Fool's. It's the time. It's the beautiful, spiritful, magical gathering of practical jokes and pranks and fun things that you can do to give some amusement, to yourself mostly, because the other people are just, agitated, right? They're just like, what? Hey, I get it. It's April Fool's. I see the humor in it, but you have to keep on putting the little poppers under my toilet seat 8 times. I sit down. It's funny, but stop. Okay? Yeah, no. So people are usually they're a little bit frustrated with it, but you're having fun, and that's the spirit of pranks, right? It's to spread some joy to yourself and to just slightly get on the nerves of the people around you, but not so far. They try to understand. So you gotta play the line very, very carefully, because jokes and pranks, they're not always easy to grasp, right? The concept, although it's not hard to understand, you'll find people who do find it hard to understand. You'll see the people like on online, YouTube, like, it's just a prank, bro, and they're harassing people, or healing them, or stealing them, or not them, but stealing stuff off them, and just doing these weird things. Like, what are you doing? This isn't a joke. This is not the spirit of April Fools. You maybe have a friend who just goes around keying your own car, like, hey, got you, dude, April Fools. You're like, Dennis, this is not April Fools. This is vandalism. You heathen. And so you got to be careful with who you hang around, who knows how to pull a joke, and people named Dennis, apparently. But yeah, you got to be careful like that. But it is April Fool's. As you can see, the booth is not decorated, okay? I have not completely recovered from, 4 episodes ago or whatever, this 1-year celebration was. I had all these balloons and streamers and confetti, and I had these, little glitter sparkly beads or whatever, and I've tried to clean them up, dude. I have. They're just all over the place. They're ingrained into the carpet soul. Okay, I've tried it. I'm just tracking them through the house. They get on my feet, they get on my legs, in my clothes, in my pockets, in my food. I just took a dump, dude. I went to the bathroom, I wiped, found that crap there. Okay, not actual crap, but the glitter stuff. How'd that get in there? I have no idea. So it's just everywhere, and I don't feel like it's right to throw another holiday festival celebration until I can clean up my own mess. However I do that, I don't know if there's some sort of paranormal stuff going on with these decorations, but I need it to go. Okay, I need to get it. It's like you throw it away and it's shows up back on a counter, like one of those ghosts. What the frick? So that's kind of how it feels. I keep trying to sweep, but there's always more. Where do they go? I don't know. So anyways, that's why the booth's not decorated, but also you can interpret that how as you please, okay? You might be looking at the booth thinking, oh, I thought he was going to have a freaking decorated extravaganza, but he doesn't. Is that egg on your face? Is that egg on mine? Who's to say? But anyways, yeah, it is April Fool's, and you got to be careful with the jokes, dude. You got to have a fun way to do it. I have one that I just did. Actually, I haven't done it yet. It's tomorrow, technically, but you know how it works. So I have been wanting to send this message. Okay, so I send a Bible verse, a passage to all my family, some friends and cousins and so on, and every single morning, right? I send this little passage, 1 Corinthians 2, blah, 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 and I send a new one every single day. So I had this idea that was a year ago. I saw this movie, The Suicide Squad 2, and it's superheroes. And there's a guy, a superhero named Peacemaker, right? This guy, all he wants to do is bring peace. He just wants to bring peace to the lands, right? That's a very noble cause, I would think. So about 20 minutes into the movie, he goes up to these people and they're like, oh, this is Peacemaker. He's the good guy. He wants to bring peace. So freaking filled with justice he is. And he sees all these people and he goes, nothing like a bloodbath to start the morning. And we're everyone's taken aback. Wait, what? What are you talking about? And then he has this line. He says something like, wait, don't you want peace? And he says, I cherish peace with all my heart, and I don't care how many men, women, or children I have to kill to get it.
I cherish peace with all my heart. I don't care how many men, women, and children I need to kill to get it.
And I thought that was the funniest line ever because I don't know the comics or anything like that, but when I heard that, I was like, what the, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. So I've been wanting to write that for like a year in my little Bible passages. Everyone expects a verse every single freaking day. I've been doing it for years, so I don't even know if they'll notice. Maybe they won't, maybe they don't. Like, is that in the Bible? So I'm going to put that whole line, I don't care how many men, women, or children I have to kill to get it. Peacemaker, 481. And I think it's going to be a fun little joke, and we'll see how it plays out. But for the sake of, it is April Fool's today, let's just say it crushed, dude. I nailed it. It was a perfect prank. It was great. And I have some more stuff to do throughout the show, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, that's an example of a fun little joke, where people are like, what the heck? And they'll even find some humor in it, maybe. Or they're like, I was expecting a Bible passage. And like, gotcha! So anyways, yeah, there's a fine line. You got to know how to play the jokes. You got to know where it is, dude. And jokes can go bad a lot, and you got to be careful. Oh, dude, speaking of jokes going bad, the Oscars happened, okay? And everyone's grandmothers, cousins, friends, uncle, everyone's heard about what happened at the Oscars. You don't have to know anything. You could live under 3 rocks if you want, and you could still know that Will Smith slapped Chris Rock in the face, okay? Real hard. And no one cares about the Oscars, and people keep debating. It's like this big polarizing debacle where everyone talks about, was it right? Was it wrong? Okay, well, first off, no, it was not right. You can't just go and assault people no matter what they say. I understand it was very sensitive things, and Chris Rock might not have known. Everyone wants to debate back and forth. This, Nick, medical charge. Who cares, dude? The point is, you can't just go around assaulting people. That's step one. I'm just gonna say that real quick, okay? Assault is never okay. Violence is never the answer. And there's a line from somebody that says, it is only when a mosquito lands on your testicles. Okay, this is a real thing. I'm not making this up. It is only when a mosquito lands on your testicles that you can truly understand that there is always a solution outside of violence. And that is so true, dude. So I'm not even going to debate the whole thing. Assault is assault, blah, 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 blah. My point, the reason I wanted to bring it up today was not to talk about it, although I just did, was that Chris Rock's numbers have skyrocketed so high because everyone loves a victim, dude, and everyone loves a victim who doesn't claim to be a victim. Especially, he's like, "You want to press charges?" No, it's fine. And I was like, "Dang, he's so wow." He got hurt, and he just said no. Like, he's a victim. This poor guy. His numbers, his ticket sales for his like stand-up comedy tour and stuff, everything is going up. People want to go see him, and I did the same thing, dude. I went as soon as it happened. I was like, "Dang, I feel bad. I'm gonna go watch a Chris Rock movie. I'm gonna watch his stand-up. I'm gonna go feed him the numbers. I'm gonna go find some stuff. I'm gonna rent some stuff. I'm gonna buy some. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I feel like I gotta give this guy money. I feel like I gotta participate in what this stuff is going on," and it just has that effect on you. And I realized that Chris Rock found the key. Okay, he found the secret to success. I think that is the true blueprint for what you need to do. So if we want to bump these numbers up here on Full Circus, I might just freaking put my hands behind my back and slowly be like, hey, so anyways, and maybe I'll just like gently start insulting people or pulling some practical jokes, especially it's April Fool's. Now's the best time is to, maybe push the boundaries just a little bit and keep turning my cheeks. Hey, don't these cheeks just look so freaking right for the slapping, dude? I'll paint like a little bullseye, little target, like, hey, and then every time it happens, like, cha-ching, cha-ching, pa-ping, and we got these numbers going up, dude, because everyone loves a victim. So I think he found the key to success. So props to him, dude. I'm sorry you got hurt, but also, you're genius. You are genius. So that's what happened at the Oscars. What else has been going on, dude? I know that the last episode, here's the funny thing about the last episode, is I try to get so dedicated and so stuck in my mind, like, oh, we're going to do a relaxed episode. We're going to do this. I'm not going to plan anything, right? I had no notes. I had no whatever. And I'm glad a lot of people seem to like the show, but I felt so discombobulated with the whole thing because I was like, no notes, no nothing, hands in the pockets, be careful, quiet. Now, I failed on all fronts of that because one, took my hands immediately out of the pockets, started laughing and joking and giggling and doing whatever I wanted to do. And then also I had no notes. I was like, I can't, what, okay, this. And I felt so like out of place. So the whole thing, and ain't that something, dude? You go into this thing with such a plan. Now, I know my plan was to have no plan, but every time you come in there with a freaking plans, you show up with the blueprints and whatever, I'm going to do this and this and that, and then life is just like, life is Will Smith, dude, and I'm Chris Rock. This podcast becomes Chris Rock, and maybe, I am the victim of this situation, and I'm just like, hey, I want to do this, I want to try and work on this, and bang, dude, and then everything's out the window, and and if I failed on all fronts. So it's like I don't know. So I don't know what to do, and I don't know. But I thought that was funny because I was looking back at the episode after. I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. I'm completely dedicated. I have no notes. This can't possibly fail. And I was like, well, now it just becomes this whole big disaster, and it was actually comical in that sense. So I thought that was funny, but. So we're probably not going to do that again for a little bit. The whole slow it down, try not to gesture so much. That slow motion kind of guy. Is that normal speaking? I have no idea. But anyways, guys, welcome back to the show. We've already been in the show, and I do have some. Well, April Fools to me, I suppose. Okay, so I was just recording for about 5 minutes, and the camera shut off. Okay. All the glorious content, it's gone. Doesn't exist anymore. I didn't notice it. Yes. Anyways. So what I was talking about was April Fools. I wanted to do some April Fools shenanigans, okay? Little pranky prank joke. And you guys were supposed to be the fool. Not me. Although now that all this crap happened, I know I look silly and foolish anyway, but I still want you guys to look foolish somehow. Or I don't know what the point is, but I've been thinking about it. I haven't thought it all completely out, obviously. My eyes are hurting from sitting like this. Anyways, so I was thinking, like I said, and you know what happens when I start thinking. We cue the music. Bow, skip the details, bow now, and the thoughts, bow now. These are some of my bow now interesting April Fool's thoughts. Bow down, Turtle Power. That was the Ninja Turtles theme song. Didn't mean to do that, but it rocks. Anyways. So I was thinking, what could I do with this little festive celebration that's just slightly irritating, obnoxious for you guys, okay? Just want to get on your nerves a little bit. So I was thinking that you guys come here for a 20, 30-minute escape, right? That's what you want. You want some laughter, some joy, some giggles, some smiles. Oh, my. And it's just a silly goose time. So I thought, what if I flipped that on its head, okay? And instead of some real quality comedy, we do the opposite of that. And we pull from the comedy depths of hell. Knock-knock jokes, right? Because knock jokes are the opposite of comedy. There's just this fun little corny cornball, right? As far as coming into a professional setting, be like, hey, knock-knock, who's there? Ach. Ach who? Bless you. Oh, it's good. It's gold. So I thought, that would be a little freaking fun for me. I get some amusement. Maybe you guys get a little irritated because you guys are like, wait, I came here for this thing and now we're just telling knock-knock jokes. This is ridiculous. And I go, oh. Although, I kind of got pranked in my own sense because the whole thing shut off, but that's fine. It's okay. But anyways, I was looking at knock-knock jokes. What kind of knock-knock jokes do I tell? Now, knock-knock jokes, they're not funny per se, but they are polished, right? You look at these ones, you guys have all heard them. They have some humor in them, and they're not really great. Do they have their place? Sure, like at a zoo or something, but not in a comedic booth like this. So I thought, what's worse than giving you a polished knock-knock joke? An unpolished knock-knock joke. What does that mean? Okay, so I wrote my own knock-knock jokes in 5 minutes. Under 5 minutes. It was actually like 4.5. I wrote 10 knock-knock jokes, okay? That's like 1 per 30 seconds. So I wrote them out for you. We're going to read them, and we're going to have some fun, okay? I'm going to smile. I'm going to have fun, and you guys will probably be a little irritated, or maybe it'll be fun. I don't know. If you're not irritated, then I guess the fool's still me, and I just look silly. I don't, try not to think about it too deeply, but let's get into some real quality cornballs. Knock-knock joke number 1. Knock-knock. Who's there? You. You who? I'm over here. That's a good one. Number 2. Knock, knock. Who's there? Woo! Whoa-ho! Hey, right? Isn't this fun? Yeah, dude. Yeah. That's right. Number 3. Knock, knock. Who's there? Can't find my shoe. Don't worry, it's over here. Yeah! Yeah! Number 4. Knock, knock. Who's there? Pooh. Ew, stinky. Yeah, baby. Number 5. Knock, knock. Who's there? Chicken cordon bleu. Chicken cordon bleu. Oh, fancy. Number 6. Knock, knock. Who's there? Tristan! Tristan who? Seriously, it's me. Open up. Officer. Number 7. Knock, knock. Who's there? Hell. Hell who? Hell who from the other side? It's a singing joke. Yeah, baby. Number 8. Knock, knock. Who's there? Punch you. Punch you who? Ow! Good one. That's a good one. What are you, Will Smith? Number 9. Knock, knock. Who's there? Pikachu. Pikachu who? Whoa, Pokemon! Yeah! Number 10. Knock, knock. Who's there? Eviction notice. Eviction notice who? Seriously, you have until the end of the week to clear out. Oh, yeah, dude, yes! And that is 10 knock-knock jokes written by yours truly in under 5 minutes. Now, that is some quality freaking comedy gold, if I do say so myself. I thought it was going to be irritating, but I didn't realize just how funny I am. But anyways, you're welcome. So that was my fun little April Fool's. April Fool's to you guys, but honestly, you're welcome, I guess. So that was, that was a little good time. Oh, man, it's good. It's fun to tell knock-knock jokes, especially if you make them up, and I think the cornier they are, the better. But anyways, that's all really I had for the festival and the holiday. So we're all past April Fool's, guys. You don't have to expect any more pranks, okay? I swear. Everything's clear. Okay? Get off the edge of your seat. Just sit back, relax, let's smile. Anyways, what else has been going on? Oh, dogs, dude. I was watching some freaking dogs, man. I know you guys are probably getting sick of hearing that. You're like, man, well, it feels like every 2 or 3 episodes you're watching some canines. I get it. You like the animals, but nothing exciting ever happens while you're there. So stop bringing it up on the podcast. Tell me more knock-knock jokes. No, so there is something exciting that happened, and I was on the way there. Okay, that's right. The exciting part happened before I even got there. So I was watching my aunt's dogs, and she texted me like, okay, we're leaving around like 2:30 to 3. And I'm like, okay, great. And I had around like just after 3. I'll leave my house. It'll take me 30 minutes to get there. So on, right? So I'm leaving there. I'm getting there, and I thought she had already left at this point. So I'm like on her freaking road, and I get a text that says, okay, we're leaving now. I'm like, oh. Interesting. Okay. Now, I could have just pulled right into the driveway. We could have talked, had this nice little family reunion. I love my aunt, love my uncle, my cousins. It was great. It would have been fun. But the other thought that popped in my head was that I just saw Batman the night before. Okay. And I was thinking, man, how does he just disappear out of thin air? I see their car backing out of the driveway now. I'm on the road, dude. So they're backing out of the driveway, and immediately I go, I hit the brakes, reverse, and go down a different road and up into this driveway, up onto this hill. Freaking big, like quite wealthy neighborhood. I'm like just parking up in this guy's driveway in his bushes, basically. I'm like, and I pull down my hat, whip out my phone, and I record them. And they go by. I'm like, yeah, I just disappeared out of thin air, and I felt like Batman. I felt so cool. It was so awesome. Like, oh, hey, here we come. I'm like, oh, I'm in a freaking 1 or 2 ton vehicle. Let me just. I felt so stealthy. It was like the kid inside me, which is, he's the kid's outside me, let's be honest. But, the kid inside me, I was like, dang, this is so cool. This is exciting. I just disappeared. And I watched the video back, and I realized that there is a very thin line in between feeling cool and creepy. And this was that. Okay, so here's the video. There they go. Gone with the wind. Okay, so that was the video. And, what went from me going movie to car out of thin air. I work for the CIA. I'm feeling so cool and so awesome. And then immediately I'm just like, wait a minute. Is this weird now? I feel weird and gross. So it kind of ruined a good moment. And I don't know where the line is. Maybe it's when you pull your phone out. Maybe it's when you're parking in some, rich dude's front yard and you're just recording your... I don't know what the point is, but I still thought it was funny that I built this part. It's like, oh, this is so awesome. This is so awesome. Is it awesome? Maybe not. But anyways, I still thought it was worth sharing. So anyways, that was what happened. The dogs, something not so exciting. I mean, it was exciting in the sense it was like unusual. So the dogs never eat. every time I ever go watch anyone's dogs, they never eat. I don't know why. Is it like I'm not preparing it well enough? Just not how like the kibble, just not the way I served it. I didn't pull a freaking tray off, So I don't know what it is, but they never eat. And I always text the owners and like, oh, he's just probably nervous. He misses us and everything's okay. I'm like, yeah, I don't think that's the problem. I think it's me. So anyways, these dogs were not eating at all, and I was getting worried. And of course, they wanted my food, and I'm just eating like pizza and cereal and Coke and what I'm hungry, right? Okay, so I got pizza on my shirt, and so these dogs, they want my food, but they don't want to eat their freaking kibble. And maybe that's because they're like, oh, this guy doesn't know the rules yet. He doesn't know that we have a strict no sharing with the dog policy. Let's see what we can get out of it. I'm like, whoa, okay, again, dogs, peep the shirt. I don't share. I need every bite, every crumb, every morsel. So I'm not sharing, and they never eat their food, and I'm getting worried. I'm like, dang, it's been a few days. They got to be freaking hungry, starving. I'm worried about these dogs. So I'm texting them like, don't worry about it. It's just fine. I think they're just nervous. They'll eat when they eat. They know how to eat food if they're hungry, right? But then, in the middle of the night, the last night I was there, actually, their dog just starts throwing up. I wake up, and he starts vomiting. I'm like, what? Oh no, what's going on? And I'm getting worried now. He keeps doing it. He keeps walking over, vomits to another place. And I'm like following him around. It's like 5 a.m. I'm like, oh, paper. Oh, okay, over here. Okay, over here. Okay, and I'm just following this guy for like 30 minutes, and then it stops. And I'm so worried. And then he lays down. Okay, and his stomach's like if you played a song back in reverse. It was like, you should have fed me pizza, Tristan. I'm like, oh, I feel so guilty now. What am I doing? So then I'm feeling bad and guilty and worried, and because I've had a dog just drop dead on me before. I haven't had someone else. My own dog has just died like 10 minutes after he's so happily playing with toys, eating food, and just having a good time, and he's just died. So I'm nervous. I know it's a possibility, so I'm scared. This dog isn't acting like its normal self, right? So I'm getting scared for this dog. I'm like, dude, come on, man. Come on. I'm sorry I should share my pizza with you. I'm sorry. Just eat the kibble. It's got to be okay. So I stay up with this dog for like an hour or two or something like that. And I'm texting people, but it's the middle of the night. No one's answering. And eventually I stay up until his stomach just stops making the noise and I feel safe enough to fall asleep. And that was scary, dude. It was scary. And again, no dogs have ever died on my watch, okay? I was just saying, like, I've experienced something. I wasn't just saying, this happens all the time. Oh, yeah, the dogs die occasionally. It's just part of the job. Anyways, how many nights you want me for? So it is one of those things, but it was freaky. And but full recovery, everything's great, everything's grand. Another thing that happened, so they have this giant like magic erase board, right, in the back of the family room. And my aunt texts me, he's like, oh, it's a magic board. You got to write something fun on there, something great, something, swell and whatever. And before I left, I hadn't written anything. And I wrote this giant freaking story, right? Now, I'll put the picture up for you now. So as you can see, I wrote magic on it to illustrate just how magic the board really is. And there's this giant little story. It says like a first-person like documentary, kind of like a log. Like I'm really detailing my experiences here with the dog. So it says Tristan's log, day 1. So far, everything is cool. The big dog has stolen my socks 3 times already. But other than that, things are chill. Night 1. I heard a mysterious sound from somewhere in the house. So far, I've kept my manly composure, and the dogs still view me as a pack leader. Show no fear. Day 2. I've put last night behind me. I was probably just hopped up on Diet Coke. I'll stay properly hydrated today and keep myself sharp, just in case. Other than that, the day has been nice. The dogs have showed much respect. Night 2. Dear God, it's back. I've heard the noises throughout the house. It sounds like groaning with a hint of creepy tap dancing. The dogs are looking to me to lead. I'm going to investigate. I'm scared, but no matter what happens, I'll have my dignity. Wish me luck. Day 3. Everything turned out fine. Goodbye. And, as you can see with the font, dude, the font was written in cursive. And I thought this was a little nuanced, a little jokey joke, okay? Like a little narrative point that something happened to me and the handwriting's different. And I don't know why I kind of did like a French accent, like the fanciest thing that French people can do is just write in cursive. It was so fun. In McDonald's, we like McDonald's and we write in cursive. So anyway, so I wrote that. I thought that was a fun little narrative story, and actually, as you can see, I also drew this UFO, right? He's abducting a cow, and I drew this big thing, and I thought that was really cool. And I realized I accidentally just wrote a Chick-fil-A ad, and I wrote "Eat more chicken." I was like, well, brought to you by Chick-fil-A, okay? And I was probably just hungry. Again, the shirt, peep it. So that was pretty cool. It was fun to just kind of draw and have some fun with that. But what they didn't realize was that it was all real. Not the Chick-fil-A ad, but the story, dude. I mean, obviously, the end part of the story where I turned into a French guy, unless I'm just a French clone who only likes in cursive, dude. Look, cursive. Oh, it comes all the way back around. Am I a clone? I'm not, but don't worry. I'm trying not to be paranoid. Okay, we're out of control now. Let's hone it in. Story time. Okay. When I stay places, or even at my own house, I'm a routine locker of everything: doors, windows, curtains. Okay, drawers. I don't care. I lock everything, okay? Trying to stay safe, strapped down. So every time I let these dogs out, let them out, come back in, lock. Let them out, come back in, lock. However, it was around 5 or 6 p.m. Sun was still out, broad daylight. I'm playing games with some friends. We're online playing these matches, and in between matches, I need to go let the dogs out, okay? So I set the thing, and I run over as fast as I can because I'm trying to get back. So I let these dogs out, and I think that I lock it. But wait. So I let these dogs back in, and I go to play some games. A couple hours pass. I get off the games. I go let the dogs out once more. I bring these dogs back into the garage. I see the door's unlocked, right? And I'm thinking, I didn't do that. Did someone else do this? But wait, no. I was playing games. Of course, I was distracted. I was rushing. Everything was so fast. I think nothing more of it. At the time, I let it pass. I'm a little paranoid because I'm hopped up on sugar and cereal and spice and everything nice. Let the dogs back in. Lock, for real. Now we're sitting, we're chilling. Hours and hours pass. Now we're deep into the PMs, maybe even the AMs at this point. And I'm sitting there, I'm just watching TV, and I hear a noise. What the frick? Scary kind of noise, ominous, real freaky crap. And I'm thinking, wow, that's odd, but whatever. Houses make noises, right? But then my overactive imagination, who would have guessed I had one of those, right? And I hear that, I'm like, oh wait, the door was unlocked. What if I was so invested and ingrained into my video games that someone would have came in behind me, snuck past, and they are now in the house? Is it possible? I have to know for sure. I can't. I'm scared, but I have to know. So, I do what anyone would do. I grab my flashlight, I go down into this house, and I'm like, I gotta investigate this whole freaking place, all 30 rooms of this huge house. And so I go and I walk throughout this whole basement, because that's where they would be, right? They'd be hiding down there. There's some mess, there's corners and corridors, places to hide. It's a big place. So I'm investigating. If I find this guy, I'm gonna give him the old Will Smith slap. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking, and I'm trying to be like, come on, this is silly. What are you doing? Of course it was whatever. No one would be here. And as I'm investigating, I'm thinking, no, you're right. It's a nice, wealthy neighborhood. No one would break in. Wait a minute. It's a nice, wealthy neighborhood. Of course someone would want to break in, especially if there was an unlocked door. Fool! So, I finish the basement. I scour out, and I go to sit down. I'm like, dang, what is going on? So then I go back, check the garage, double check that it's still locked. It's still locked. That's great. I come back into the room. One of the dogs is missing. Okay? There was 2 dogs. Easy head count. 1, 2. Okay? So I don't know where this dog went. I'm thinking, hello? Banjo. That's his name. I wasn't just yelling instruments out. And so I'm just yelling, Banjo. Banjo. Hey, Banjo. And I start yelling stuff that the dog's buzzwords, things that get him excited. You want some treats? Hey, come here. You want to go for a walk? You want some food, treat, anything, TV? You have my pizza if you want it. Banjo, just come back to me now. This dog's not responding, okay? Oh, crap. Okay, so I'm searching through the first floor, looking all around him at first. Right? I'm hunting. Just because I still had to clear out the first floor as well, but I also, this is where I left the dog, so maybe he's just in one of these rooms hiding, whatever. So I look back, I'm like, oh, maybe he followed me down in the basement. I go down to the basement. He's not there. I go back to the first floor. I'm like, oh my gosh. This dog is so freaking overactive and jumpy on people and everything. And I was like, okay, where's this guy? He's a big oaf. He's a big lovable guy. He loves love. He's been right next to me this entire time so far. So I begin to go upstairs now because I'm trying to find this dog, and also this is the last floor to clear out. So I'm going through, everything's pitch black, so scary. And I'm like, you know what? You gotta do it for Banjo. And so I'm going through there. I'm checking all the rooms, bathrooms, bedrooms, and storage and background and so on. There's a lot of rooms. So I'm going through this thing, and I could still hear the noises. I'm so scared, man. I'm so scared. But I don't act like it, though, because I know that this guy might be here. And if he sees me being scared, game over for me, right? Show no fear. And I also want to call out to the dog, but now that I'm upstairs, I can't give away my location just in case this guy knows, because he doesn't slip into some more rooms or whatever. So I don't say anything else now. So I'm walking through this upstairs. Okay, Banjo's up here somewhere. Someone might be up here somewhere. I'll be ready for it, okay? Still hopped up on Diet Coke and cereal. So I'm going through this thing. I go into the last room, my cousin's room. And there's this fan on, right? And it just feels ominous and cold. And the wind chills go down your spine like, oh, something's not right here. And I begin to walk around, checking the thing. And I hear a slight noise. Over on the other side of the bed. I walk over there with my flashlight. And the scariest face I've ever seen, dude. Big eyes, whoosh, the light flash, gee, giant teeth, fangs, and it's the dog, dude. I found the freaking dog. The dog was hiding upstairs behind the bed. I don't know. He was so happy, like we had been playing hide and seek, like on purpose this whole time, and he was low with joy. I jump, oh my, yeah, Banjo. Did you see anyone in here? So I was relieved. I've checked the whole house. I found the dog, and he's got like this kind of like charcoal, kind of gray, funny face. But then it was spooky in the dark, especially when you're like expecting to see something, but you don't want to see something. And I was terrified. But we found the dog, and it was great, and he was happy, and he went hide and seek, and so I was just terrified, man. And I had the other dog with me, but I was like, yeah, but this dog hasn't been eating. So in case there was an intruder, she doesn't have the energy to defend herself, right? There's someone, these dogs got to be eating more so we can fight back. But anyways, everything turned out well. There was no intruder, so everything was cool at the point of the story. So everything was cool. There was no French guy. There was no interesting cursive at the end. Although the neighbors could have looked across the street and called the cops if they just see someone wandering throughout the dark rooms with a flashlight, like someone is trying to steal. Like, no, someone's here, I think, maybe. Not me though. So it was fun. It was spooky. It was scary, and I made sure to get back on my health kick after that. Make sure I was eating the right kind of things, and you can kind of be more paranoid. You get a little scared, a little spooky, and that's really the end of the story, guys. And I slept with the lights on. The entire freaking house lit up like a globe. You can see it from space. So that's what happened with that story. And oh wait, hold on. I actually think there's something out here I wanted to show you guys. Wait, let me go get it.